Hello folks, this is Your Time with Crypto. It's Sunday, December 24, 2017. And with this video, I'm going to talk about the Leonardo, which is a trading terminal. Someone watched my previous videos about this program, this trading terminal, and they asked me that they wanted to get started with trading in the exchanges, and were curious to know what exactly are those numbers and the graphics and how I use it to trade on an exchange using Leonardo. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So Leonardo is currently version 3.7. It's a major release that just happened this week. And with this release, it introduced a new strategy using Bollinger Bands, which is an impressive new strategy, but unfortunately it has some kinks, so it doesn't work that well. And at this point, I would recommend not to use it. So if you bought Leonardo already and you're using it, I would recommend not to use the Bollinger Band strategy to do the trades, because it's not working very well right now. So, but this is a very active application. The developers are working on this, so I expected that all the problems will be fixed very soon. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to start the demo Bittrex on this app. So this application, they have access, they offer access to different exchanges. So when if you decide to purchase this program, you can choose which exchange you want to have access to. You can have access to more than one, but it costs extra. And you can also download the full version and use it in demo mode on these exchanges available, and you can try it out. So it's the full version. There's nothing cut off. The only difference is from the paid version is that the demo version only simulates trades, so it doesn't actually do them. But other than that, it's similar to exactly like the paid version. So I'm just going to start it here and show you how I have it set up for me. So this is the window. So here on the top, it shows you the pairs that I have listed. So I have currently listed Ethereum Bitcoin and Verge Bitcoin. And this is basically the graphic that is pulled directly from Bittrex, which is the exchange that I use. And this is a real-time graphic. So the candlesticks, this is real-time data. And here you can see I have different indicators turned on. So Leonardo offers different indicators which can help you, predict or help you decide when to make trades, when buy or sell. Now there's all different indicators available. So you got the Bollinger Bands, you got the MACD. These are the most popular. Exponential moving average, simple moving average, RSI. So these are all available. And so this is how I have it. Now you can also see and go back, see the graphic for the last 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, up to 4 years data. So basically what this means is that this window here will show you the all the activity. So for example, in the past month, this is what happened with the Verge, for example. So as you can see, Verge, so I can drag the graph up and down with the mouse. So as you can see, it was pretty stable up to December 13, and this pair, for example, something happened to it and it's just exploded. Look at that increase. So in 15 days or so. Now you're wondering, how much was that? So this is another little trick that allows that I like about Leonardo, is that, as you can see, so the price was hovering, was around the 63 Satoshis there, and it's currently at 1896. So someone that had bought Verge at that point before the December 13 and decided to sell it, on the 24th, so today, So how much profit does that mean? Well, Leonardo lets you calculate that fairly easy. So all you have to do is just drag your mouse up and look at that, folks. So it tells you right there. So so anyone that had Verge, bought Verge before December 13 and waited until today to sell it, this is the effective margin, the profit. Look at the profit that someone would make, 2,000% profit on this sell. So this it takes in account the fee, the Bittrex fee. So this is a pure profit. So someone this is how much someone could have made on Verge. So that's terrific in basically 2 weeks. It's tremendous. So that's a little trick. That's what a function that I like about Leonardo. So and then you just click and he moves up. Leonardo also has, so you can see the wall, the sell and buy wall, so you can look at it and determine where where the walls are, where it's going to be hard for the coin to break the price, what stage. So for example, here there's a little bit of a wall, so if you would put a sell here, you might want to put a sell just before that wall, because it might take some time to break it. So likewise here when you want to buy. So this is and here I'm just going to bring back to 1 day. Now the other thing is that because Leonardo here on the graph shows the candles for the whole day, a full day, so the candles are actually the times for the candles is for 1 day is actually 15 minutes, which is one of the most used. Now as you can see on the graphic here, I also have so you got the Bollinger Bands. So this is the darker color here, this Bollinger Bands. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. And then I also use the exponential moving average, and I have two of them. One that uses 13 candles and the other one 34 candles. And I also have used a small moving average, which is the blue line. And for that I use 100 candles. And I also have used the indicator RSI that is showing here, and this PSAR indicator as well, which is translated by this dots. So what exactly are indicators? So indicators basically are mathematical formulas that use the information from this the volume, the sales and whatnot to calculate. So it helps determine trends, predicts when are a good time to buy and sell. Now if you're not familiar with this, so I'm going to start with one of the most used indicators, which is this simple moving average. And so I have it. If you go to this site, investopedia.com, you can find all the information about those indicators. So the simple moving average is a mathematical formula, moving average calculated by adding the closing price of the security, so the candlestick in this case, for a number of time periods, and then dividing this total by the number of time periods. So what this means basically, this simple, I have 100 candles. So what this is doing is that it's going to add up the closing price of every single candle, so for the past, so up to 100 candles back in the past, and then it just divides by 100, and that will give you what this value. So this means that's the average price of this coin for the past 100 candles. So I use this in conjunction with the Bollinger Band in this case, because it's the Bollinger Band uses it's a tool, it's an indicator to determine deviation. So if you go back here to the Bollinger Band explanation, is so it's developed by this person, and it's plotted 2 standard deviation away from a simple moving average. So that's what it is basically. Now I'm not really sure how it's calculated and how it works exactly. I just know how to use it for myself. So it has a simple moving average, which is this red line. So the way that I use it then is that if the shorter moving average is higher than the long moving average, then that to me indicates that it's on a uptrend. And of course, that allows me to kind of predict, or helps me predict where if the prices keeps going up or down. Of course, once it starts getting closer to the long moving average, then at that point, you know we are in a downtrend, and it's probably not a good time to buy. Also, these indicators, they can be used. So another way that you can use this the simple moving average indicators, for example, is that if the short moving indicator is below the candles, so the candlesticks, so that usually is a signal that it's in a downtrend. So as you can see here, for example, that kind of, although it's going up, but it's below the candle, so it's starting. It means that it's going to go on a downtrend, which is exactly what happened, and vice versa. Obviously, if the single line, the short line, was above the candlestick, then it would mean that the price would be an uptrend price. So that's one way that you can look at this. So there's different ways you can use these indicators to your advantage. Now another way that this indicator can help you is so if the shorter moving average crosses the candlestick going up. So for example, let's say, well, this is not really a good example, but if it was crossing while it was going up, in this case it just goes down. But if it was going up and then continue, then that means that would have been a buy signal right there. So at that point, this could be a good point to buy, and vice versa. So if the short the short line moving average crosses the candlestick while going down, then that means it's a sell signal. So this here, it could be, that to me would indicate this would be a sell signal at that point, because although it looks like it's going up, but you kind of see starting to reverse, and it's starting to go down. So at that point, this would be a sell signal here. That's how I would see it. So that you see already how this is helping you. What else? Another way that also you can use, so if the short moving average so crosses the long moving average while going down, so for example here, so this is also another signal, another sell signal, because obviously it's in a downtrend. So this would be another sell signal. So that means at this point here, you probably would not buy. That's what it would tell me. So, and of course vice versa. So in this case here, this would be a buy signal, because the shorter line moving average is crossing the long term. So this could be a buy signal right here. So that's how you can use this indicator. Next one is the exponential moving average. So according to the Investopedia, exponential moving average is basically a type of moving average like the simple one that is similar to the simple moving average, except that it puts more weight is given to the latest data. So the formula is different, it's probably more complex. It's also known as the exponentially weighted moving average. What this tells me, and then how I use it, is to basically determine when it's a good time to buy or sell. Now myself, I use two lines, one using 13 candles and another one 34 candles. Now I use these values because they have something to do with the Fibonacci. I got this from someone else, from other videos that I've watched about this indicator. And basically the idea for this two indicators, so these two lines, so I got the yellow line and then the orange line. Basically, how I use it is that if the yellow line is below the orange line, then it's a buy signal. So that means it's a good time to buy. So for example here, as you can see right at the right now, the yellow is below the orange, so this could be a buy, but not, but still probably wait a little bit longer. And the reason for that is because the yellow line is still above the candlesticks. Now, if the candlesticks, the yellow line was like below the candlestick, then that would for sure be a buy signal for me, and at that point I would probably do a buy. On the other hand, if the yellow line is above the orange line, then this means it's a sell signal. And and if the yellow line goes above the candlestick, then it's a definitive sell signal for me. So, for example, if it was me and I have a position on this coin, then I probably would sell around this time, because that's when you can see it's almost to the top, and you can see that the line is already going. It's not going up anymore. It's starting to flatten. So this would be a sell sign here, right here. So I probably would sell around this area. So that's how I would. That's how I use the exponential moving average. Now we also have this PSAR indicator. I'm not really sure how it's calculated. Basically, what I use it for is just to see the trend. So if it's an uptrend or downtrend, and the dots allow to see just if when the downtrend is about to shift. So basically the closer the dots are means it's a continuous trend, but once it starts to get spaced out like here, it basically means that the trend is about to shift. I mean, it's a minor indicator. I don't really pay much attention to it. I just have it. It just helps. So for example, here you can see that it just seems like it goes down, up, and then down, up. So it's kind of funneling a little bit. Now the other indicator that I use as well is the RSI. The RSI, according to the Investopedia, means relative strength index, and is a momentum indicator. So developed by this individual. So it basically compares the magnitude of recent gains and losses over a specified time period to measure speed and change of price movements. So this is a good indicator to basically tell when it's a good time to buy and sell. So for example, in this case, coming back to here, if I was looking at my exponential, it's telling me this would be a sell time. The RSI, on the other hand, is not telling me that, because usually what you want to do is once the line crosses the 70 mark, which is usually the sign that it's overbought, and once it crosses over, and then you just wait for it to cross again to come back inside this range, that's usually when you would sell. So this is a contradictor here, so you would have to use judgment. If it was me, I probably would sell it at this point. If I was trading based on the exponential, and I would not follow the RSI, but it's a good indicator. So same goes for the low 30. So that's usually means it's oversold, and that's usually a good time to buy. And here in this case is actually a perfect time. Look at this, a huge drop. And it doesn't actually cross the 30% range there, but because of it was so steep, and it probably would be a good time. So I probably would then sell here, and then probably would buy here again. So sell, buy. So this is how you try to trade. After that, you can see the indicator doesn't really give good sell buying positions. So it means it would just be waiting, and all the other indicators also are telling me that it's not a good time to either buy or sell, because the movement is not that good. So this is how you can use these indicators to your advantage to trade using Leonardo. You also have here the volume, so you can see how much volume it is. Volume is important because it tells you if a coin is being traded or not. If it has low volume, so if you decide to make a trade in it, you're probably going to be waiting for a long time for something to happen with the coin. because the volume, so there's few people buying and selling the coin. So unless you want to just keep a coin for the long term because for whatever reason you like it, or you think that the coin will explode after I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 10 months, weeks, or whatever. On the other hand, otherwise you want to look for pairs of coins that have a considerable volume. So in this case, Virgin, in this case, look at this, has like 8,000 Bitcoin traded in the last day, which is a huge volume. Now, so this is manual trading, so that's how you can use it. Now the Leonardo, and this is another reason why I like Leonardo, also offer strategies or trading bots. And this latest version introduced a new bot, which is called the Bollinger Band strategy. I'm just going to activate it here. I'm going to remove the one that I have. Perfect. And this is what it looks like. Unfortunately, it's not working pretty good right now. But the idea is that you can set up your bot here with this configuration. And basically what you're going to do is that it's going to sell using the blue line. Buy rather on the blue line and then sell on the red line. Unfortunately, this version, from what I understand, it gets confused with the API messages that it received. So it triggers buys and sells, the wrong way. So it's really not working as it's supposed to. But I'm pretty sure that will be fixed very quickly. And I can't wait to really use it on my real-time account and make some profit out of it. Now it has different options here, so you can start the bot by either by a buy or a sell. Here you define just how many candles the Bollinger Band works to calculate. So it works exactly the same way as the Bollinger Band indicator. I like to use usually around 15, gives a nice nice clear lines. And here you decide just how much volume you want to trade. So just again, this is not the Bitcoin that you want to spend. This is in this case, the Verge coin that you want to buy. So that's very important. And then here we have the bands. So the bands is basically, there's 3 bands that you can use that this bot, that the Bollinger Bands calculates. So this, there's the 1, 2, and 3. These are basically the deviation that it's calculated. Again, it's using mathematical formulas. I'm not too sure how it's calculated. But basically, as you can see, the narrower it is, then obviously the more chances of trading will happen. So if you want, big profits, then obviously you want to use the outer band, because it will take it'll be a huge profit. So for example, if you bought here and you sell there, then that's a 6% profit. So that's something you can configure, and then you can tweak and move the your buy or sell range from the band. So I can't wait to be using this platform, this bot here. It's really well done. I mean, visually it looks amazing. And this is how you do. So then you also have the stop loss and selling and buying. Basically what this does, and again you get a nice visual, is that the bot will take the last buy, and basically if the price drops below the threshold that you schedule, 5% in this case, and then the bot will automatically sell and stop. So this is your stop loss. And he also has a stop loss buying, which is a weird one, but it's there as well. So what this means is that if the price goes above the stop loss threshold here, it will basically buy at this price and then just stop. I'm not sure what the idea is behind this, so I would not use it anyway. And And then that's it. Once you are happy with it, you just click the start button and the bot then starts working for you. So this is just a way so that it will do the trades for you, and you don't have to worry. So this is a nice little tool, and that's why I like Leonardo to use it. So as you can see, it already as you can see already made simulated 2 purchases. Actually, you can actually see the history here, and you can tell. So it just bought simulated. So this is the simulation because it's in the demo mode. So it just bought because I had what is this, 22,000 Verge to buy. So we bought like 997 at this price, 1722, and bought the rest at 1724. Now if we just go closer here, so now that it's bought it, now you can see it's showing here what the sell threshold is. So it's just following the red line. So this will update in real time, and hopefully we'll let's see, get a 6 hour just to take a look. So that's it bought there. So the price is dropping a little bit, but you just have to wait and see. So this is just how you can use Leonardo to your advantage to do trading. I mean, visually it's pretty interesting. It gives you a lot of information, and that way you can follow. So so the blue line, so yeah, so this is what I'm saying about why there's problems with this version right now. So if you see, the blue line is right there, and it just bought below. In this case, it's a good thing. I mean, you would want to do that, but it also happens that it's basically it can buy way above the blue line, or you can sell way below the red line. So it's messed up, so it's not working right. So but once it's working fine, it will be a great tool. So that's just it. So that's how it works. I mean, Leonardo is really a nice little tool. I mean, if you are want to start trading on the exchange, and it's one of the exchanges that Leonardo supports, I would recommend you to take a look at it. It will make things a lot easier, because you can have all the information here on the screen, and you can use indicators that will help tremendously, will help with your trading, to find out when to buy and when to sell. So obviously this is not an exact science. I still make a lot of mistakes. I'm still learning. For all I know, I'm using these indicators the wrong way, and if I am, please leave a comment to tell me that, because I want to use these the right way, because I want to make money. I don't want to be losing money. So there you go, folks. So just a little review of this Leonardo. I hope that we'll get a new version soon that has the Bollinger Band strategy fixed, so that way I can show you on the screen just you know, how good it works, and just how you know, how you can make money with this platform. So as usual, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, press the like button, share the videos, and of course leave a comment. You know, if you have any concerns, questions, just leave a comment. I love to read those. That's all I have. Peace out.